Time we reviewed this, I think you did a whole bit on how they had no interest in doing a drift mode because that would just be wasting tires, and why would you want to do that?
Yeah, they're moody, they're miserable, and the E63 was more fun.
Yes.
But now the E63 doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
So they've gone for the fun angle. They've actually given this 2 new colours for this year.
Yeah, this isn't one of them.
This isn't one of them.
Nope.
Nope, not this is the press car, this is how it's spec'd.
Also, there's new wheels that you can get that are 11 pounds lighter unsprung mass per corner, and these aren't they.
No. So this hasn't got the 22-inch Y-spoke lighter wheels that
No.
look absolutely awesome. It doesn't have the new Ascari blue or the Grenadine red,
Nope.
which look amazing. And as a result, you can't really make out the fact that the car now has matte silver accents with the RS stuff. So the roof rails, this bit here, the window surround. But
what they've done with the spec is they've gone understated, because this is understated manifest, this car. It is one of the coolest cars on the road, period.
isn't it beautiful?
It's a twin turbo V8. How much horsepower?
621.
It is a seriously fast sleeper wagon, and that is always a cool concept.
It was so beautiful when it came out.
And it's beautiful now.
In many ways, it's the ultimate version of a Golf R. And I've been waiting for the prices to drop, and they don't.
They don't drop.
They don't drop.
They don't seem to drop.
It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Because guess how much this one is optioned?
How much is that?
145,000 US. That's a lot. Look, it's an M5 fighter.
It's like getting in cold water here, and that's a really.
The new M5 comes in a wagon now. For North
Yeah,
America.
and you shouldn't get it.
Well, it's a bit bloated, you know. It's got more power, but it's got a lot more weight.
Yep.
And yeah, there's no E63 anymore, so it's those two. Oh, it's a beautiful car.
Let's drive it.
All right.
Soft close.
Soft close.
Soft close.
It's an option.
M5 doesn't get that.
Exactly.
That's right.
Whoa.
Here we go.
I like this car.
Mm-hmm.
I like this car.
Preach.
I hate how expensive it is.
It's so much money.
And I love the Alcantara steering wheel.
It just adds a kind of flavor, doesn't it?
I know people have a problem. I'm touching cloth. You know, people say the Alcantara, you know, it wears down all that stuff. You can look after it. Just don't be gross.
Just don't be gross. That's easy.
Okay. All right, we'll just take it easy.
Oh, all right, all right. You're gonna.
Easy. Well, this is the dual car. We've been talking a lot as a team at the moment. Like, if you could get one car that does everything,
Yeah.
what would you get?
Well, it's something like this. It's probably the E63.
The E63 is the E63.
It's the E63 because you can decouple that front axle and do 4th gear slides in it. And it does all this stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, completely irrelevant, the slides, but even just driving in town, it's alive. But
Yes.
this is the performance.
Yes.
They've made it more awake. They've made the transmission more dramatic. This is the sports exhaust. They've cut out 17 pounds of sound deadening so that we're more exposed to the noises this car makes. So I'm going to end our slow, calm extra. I'm going to RS2.
RS2 mode.
Gauge cluster, that's funky.
Yeah, yeah.
Reminds me a bit of the, I got overtaken while I was showing you that, sorry. It reminds me of the like Revuelto's.
Yeah, a little bit.
I will say these paddles
are not exciting.
Why are they so tiny?
They're too tiny.
The R8 as well. Why does a Golf R get blades?
All right. Oh Jesus.
Yep.
Okay.
So, does push a bit in the corner. Still an Audi. Now you need the competition. Is there a performance competition?
I can feel it understeering just a bit.
Performance competition would fix that. I don't know if one exists.
Maybe. Listen, this car was one of the first Audis I drove in a long time, before the RS3, the new RS3.
You're talking about the non-performance?
Just in general, that I drove when it came out.
Yeah.
That actually handled pretty well.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like when you're on a track, you can get this thing to rotate. In fact, I have video evidence of me doing a massive 4th gear lift-off oversteer slow motion skid in it, which was extremely fun and scary. But it's capable. It can do it.
Do you feel massively exposed to that engine though?
No, it could be way more dramatic, no question.
But that's the downshift.
Yeah, it's pretty tame, honestly.
But it's sleeper.
Audi.
It's sleeper.
Yeah, it's sleeper.
No.
A sleeper should wake up. That's the purpose of a sleeper.
Launch control, ready?
All right.
Wake up, Audi.
Oh.
It comes off that acceleration so quickly.
It does, yeah.
That feels dramatic.
Yeah.
But I'm weirdly scared of modifying high horsepower German cars. However, I could still give this a little tune.
It could do with a little tickle.
Didn't you drive one? Or did I drive one? Didn't I drive a really highly tuned one in a drag race?
Oh, one of us did. And it was stupid.
And it bucked.
It was like the nose almost did a wheelie. It was nuts. That's too much.
That's too much?
I just need like a little tune, maybe a downpipe.
This is still quicker than you ever need on the road.
It is absolutely quicker than you ever need on the road, but the M5 now is stupid quick, right?
Stupid quick. Well,
it's stupid quick.
It's got more horsepower, but it does weigh 400 pounds more.
I just love the steering in this. I love the way it feels. I love the ride.
There's so much good going on.
There's so much good about this car. There really is.
Okay, what about S8? Because we love the S8.
This is a difficult question, actually.
And by the way, if you don't know that much about an S8, it's the slightly bigger
basically an
sedan.
RS8.
It's an RS8.
Yes.
It's not called that, but it is outrageously quick. It feels just as quick as this, and it has more luxury.
More luxury, more comfort, more technology, and it's more understated.
It's 10 grand more than this is spec'd.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
It is extremely cool.
But then this is the wagon.
This is the wagon, and the wagon is also cool. I don't know what to do.
I get on with this stuff quite well. The black levels are lovely. The haptic feedback. Some of the stuff is a bit like, this screen is under this one and over this.
It's in a dumb spot.
So you have to sort of...
And this is a regression from previous gen Audi. The previous gen interior stuff was peak car interior, end of conversation. It had the clickiest buttons. It had solid buttons where it needed to have.
Yeah.
Everything was just a bit better. They've gone backwards. This is still better than what everyone else is doing, but the previous gen was better.
But this still has the scrolly for the volume on the
At least it has the wheel, I'll give you that. But the clicks on the steering wheel and the previous one were even better.
So this one has the adaptive air suspension. You can pay a bit more to get sport-tuned fixed suspension.
Yep. I wouldn't.
But yeah, we're in the sport.
Unless you're keeping it forever, in which case, don't get the air suspension. It's going to be a pain to fix. But the ride in this is so nice. So nice.
So we've done probably 1,000 miles in this on this week. And I don't want to say that out loud, because when we do 1,000 miles, we get robbed.
Yeah, apparently. Twice.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So it wasn't quite 1,000 miles, robbers.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Also, there's no gear in here. Don't look.
There's no gear. There's no gear.
No, there isn't. They've stolen it already.
It's been absolutely perfect for the highways, for the canyons. We've used it as a film car.
Camera car. It's like it's unbeatable as a camera car, pretty much.
This one's optioned quite expensively, but it has extra comfort. It's got like full leather packages going on. It's got the carbon fiber weave going on in here.
Yeah.
You still cannot option out this piano black here and here.
That's really stupid.
This is what options.
Because you know what we did right before this shot that you see is had to clean it.
Yes.
After using it for 4 days, it was disgusting. So we had to polish it for you lovely folks to be able to see what it could look like. And you know, we've kind of scratched it right there actually. Well, Jesus. It comes off that roof so aggressively.
Well, that's because I'm in the aggressive mode.
The interior here is so much better than the new M5, I have to say. The new M5 has gone way too minimalist, way too futuristic, way too avant-garde. All that extra crap that you don't need. Oh my lord.
I really want one of these.
Yeah, this is the ultimate version of the car that you daily.
The Golf R, yeah.
This is the ultimate Golf R.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
From this brand, if you go on that tree of decisions.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is 2 stages up. Right?
I still, it doesn't have the heart the E63 has. So really, it's an M5 fighter now.
It's an M5
and
fighter.
we will do a wagon off.
We will wagon off.
But yeah.
Mark my words.
It's good. The throttle calibration is lovely. The brake calibration is lovely.
The brakes are actually incredibly linear. Lots of travel, and there's no like bite point that's too much, right? It's just, I don't know. They've done a really, really good job with this thing. And it looks so sick. It looks so sick.
It looks so good in that blue, that Ascari blue.
Yeah, I don't have that.
With the big wheels.
This one.
Yeah. It was Give-
sun is just in my eyes off of that piano black on the dashboard.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It's dumb.
Why don't we have a little stop and conclude?
Okay. Got some German brake dust going here.
Yeah, well,
It's happening already.
we were pushing it pretty hard.
Yeah.
Okay, does the performance make this a completely different beast?
No.
No. But it's the only way you can get it now.
In fact, I wouldn't have known that it's a different car.
That
if you
is
didn't tell me.
100% fair.
Yeah, I just wouldn't have known.
100% fair. It is still rather pretty.
It is. Get the cooler wheels. Get a more exciting color. Actually, don't. Just get the cooler wheels because the whole purpose of this is sleeper spec. And it is a sleeper right now, so.
Yeah, that's the RS6.
The RS6.
Would you get an M5?
Nope.
Then it's the RS6. This is the only wagon Audi make for this side of the world now.
I know.
If you press Avant on their thing.
Avant.
There's no more A4 Allroad?
A4 Allroad?
Oh,
You can't. If you honestly, if you press Avant in body style.